Hello, and thank you for taking the time to review our first half 2023 highlights. My name is Steven Simpson, and I'm the Director of our Support Services. I'm located in the United States and work for Veritas Prime, a global SAP SuccessFactors partner. We're one of the world's leading HR transformative consultancies, specializing in implementing and supporting SuccessFactors with clients across the globe. As part of our release coverage, I'll be reviewing some additional key release updates for Employee Central. For complete release analysis, you can connect with us on our website at veritasprime.com through the Contact Us link, or for current clients, reach out to your project manager or your CSM. Let's begin by looking at our first highlight. Our first highlight is our event-based position follow-up process. Right now in Employee Central, there is a process that occurs for position follow-up. So if you have a sync that is syncing job information over to position information, this is typically called a follow-up process. Now with centralized services, the follow-up process will run automatically in the background, and this will decouple the position follow-up process from the main action. So this will help with performance as well as ensuring that the position updates happen as needed. Previously, if you terminate an employee and an error occurs while transferring direct reports, the main action will still be saved. There's new role-based permissions for contingent worker hire templates. So within the Manage Hire permission, there is a feature you can activate for contingent worker configuration templates. This will allow for specific permissions to be able to grant that role for the contingent worker hire templates independently from the other hire templates. So if you have certain data stewards or data management groups that are only processing contingent workers, you would be able to give them the permission to the correct hire template instead of having to permission them for all templates. There's a new job type for reassigning direct reports of an inactive contingent worker. So there's a provisioning job that will run in the background so that if a contingent worker who has direct reports in the system reaches the end of the contract date, this provisioning job, much like the other provisioning job which manages the position hierarchy, will automatically have those direct reports of the contingent worker report to that next higher level. Again, please reach out to your consulting partner and they can make sure that this job is enabled properly. There is an enhanced mass export in the data replication monitor. So those customers who are either using the data replication monitor for Employee Central payroll, or maybe an on-premise Employee Central system that's using the data replication monitor, you'll now see two export buttons. You'll be able to export only the selected records, or you can export 10,000 records, which would kind of be an export all feature. This removes the previous limitations where users could only mass export export all the results first displayed in the data replication monitor, and now let you see just certain records. There is configurable decimal places for pay component groups. So within Manage Organization Pay and Job Structures, if you look at pay component groups, you'll now be able to set the number of decimal places for those pay component groups. Being able to configure that will greatly improve the readability of the pay component group amount and will help with overall the decimal places and calculations. Just a side note, there's a deprecation of pay scale pick list fields. So support for pay scale pick list fields will reach end of maintenance in November and will be deleted in May of 2024. This is being migrated to the MDF pay scale object. So you should migrate over to the MDF pay scale object and start looking at how you're going to deprecate use of that pay scale pick list. There is enhanced message handling. So now in the UI, when you have error messages or information pops up, it will provide more details in terms of what is wrong in any kind of information messages instead of the non-standard messages we used to get previously. There is a scheduled job manager for import of employee data. So you can use the scheduled job manager option from the import employee data page to monitor submitted jobs. So with the monitor job being deprecated, there'll be an adjustment period to using the managed scheduled jobs instead. There's again a link on this employee import screen, so it'll just be convenient to be able to click over and look at that scheduled job manager to see that the import jobs have been completed. There is the deletion of global information on editing the UI. Again, if you've got global information on the UI, you will not be able to delete that if they're required for those certain countries. And that's all we have. Appreciate you taking the time to look, and as always, get more information at veritasprime.com or reach out to your contact at Veritas Prime. Thank you.